Hey guys, what's up? I'm Zach. Welcome to Zach's Soapbox. This is the video for the week of Friday, June 26, 2026. Hello everyone, I'm your host, this little shindig we call Zach's Soapbox. I'm Zach. This is my little corner of YouTube and corner of the world where once a week I get on here, speak my mind, talk about whatever I want to talk about. Then upload it and you guys give me feedback. Maybe you liked it, maybe you didn't. Feel free to like, comment, and share on this video. It really helps the channel. We're a small independent channel here. I notice lately YouTube's been taking away some subscribers, taking away some of my video counts and things like that. It's down with this latest video that's out. And not sure what that's about. We went from 71 subscribers down to 69. And then, typically within 2 days, we're already over 100 views. We've been averaging about 275 to 300 views a week here at the Soapbox. But lately that's kind of been, I'll go to bed, it'll be one number, and then I get up in the morning and it's down like 25, 30 views for whatever reason, I don't know. But anyways, this week's video, coincidentally enough, I'm gonna talk about taking some time off. I actually recorded this video. I did a whole other topic, went on like a 25-minute rant. And then I went back and I'm like, you better not release that to the public. And then I already had this video recorded twice. And then I'm like, better kind of watch what you say a little bit. But actually, I've done 60, this will be the 63rd episode of the Soapboxing, 63 consecutive weeks. And I'm ready for a break. I'm burning out. It's kind of plateauing and not really going where I want it to go. The only people that really comment or have anything to say are people that don't like it anyway, which is fine. But I need a break. 63 straight episodes for 63 straight weeks is an awful lot, especially given with the Soapbox and the way we are here, where we do a different topic every week. Um, so while I'm away and while I'm on break, I will consider perhaps maybe changing this up to where I only do it once every 2 weeks or maybe once a month. I will consider, the whole plan was to take my birthday month off. My birthday's in the month of July. And I was at least going to take my birthday month off, recharge my batteries, get some new ideas, because it is really hard to come up with a video idea every single week, once a week, right? So, but I try and I do my best. And some people have complained that the videos are poor quality, and I will admit that I don't have like graphics and I don't put money behind these. And these are just me with a camera and me with a cell phone. I would admit that these are kind of, low production value, that sort of thing. And I'm sure if I put in graphics and hired an editor and all these things, that my videos would really take off. But I gotta say, for what I've been able to achieve so far, I'm actually pretty proud of it. You know what I mean? And there's such an eclectic array. The thing with me too is I don't think that the YouTube algorithm knows what to do with me, because one week we'll do poetry. Like this week, the one that's out is the one on my top 10 wrestlers. We'll talk about something personal, or like the video on the likable loner, or I'll share like a personal something I thought of, about families or whatever. You know what I mean? You never know what I'm going to talk about, right? I've even shared like videos from my satanic library and things like that. Talking about greater and lesser magic, things like that. So I think that the YouTube algorithm has no idea what to do with me, because you'll be surprised like what it suggests when like after my video, I'll get like somebody who's ranting about politics, or I'll get a video on somebody who's cooking and things like that. Like the algorithm doesn't know what to really do with me, because it's such an eclectic array of topics. But I didn't want to be one of those YouTube channels where they talk about basically the same thing all the time. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be one of those kind of channels. And I kind of like my format where you kind of don't know what I'm going to talk about. You know what I mean? And, but I need a break. 63 episodes in a row. I'm kind of burning out and all that. And you're knocking yourself out making these, because there's more work that goes into these than meets the eye. Actually, even for this video, this is the third take, today, because I messed up twice. But it's time for me to take a break. So the plan is to come back around August 7th, which is the first Friday in August. And as of right now, we'll continue to do it every week, every Friday, but that might change. See, and one of the things that worries me too is that if I take a break, it'll kill my momentum and kill my rhythm. But YouTube kind of seems to be killing me anyway. You know what I mean? I could see like wanting to kind of restrict me, like when I did that video on the top 10 porn stars. Okay, well, that I could see kind of restricting. But by the way, that video is well over 300 views, uh, in a week. So, what's strange is why the video on the wrestlers and not the video on the top 10 porn stars. I have no idea. Um, but so I don't know, guys, but I'm ready for a break. I'm burning out. You're tired of always, well, I did a video, I got to think of the next topic. I got to think of the next topic. And one of my buddies asked me, he says, Zach, how come the soapbox is not as good as it used to be in the old iteration back when I was just on Facebook? And I think the answer is because out here, I'm not able to sit and think as much because you're out more and you're out and about. Whereas I think that 3-month period where I didn't have a wheelchair really helped the content of the videos because I was actually able to sit and think things out more and be more retrospective and introspective. Whereas out here, because I'm able to get around more and there's more to do and entertain yourself, you're more out and about and not sitting and thinking and being more introverted and retrospective, so to speak. I think that's part of it. Also, don't forget, last time when I did the soapbox, I got doxxed by an old friend, and there's part of me that has always been weary or always fearful to get back on the horse and be a public figure again and put things out in public again. You know what I'm saying? So there was always that part of me that doesn't really want to put myself out there again. You know what I mean? It's not the criticism I can't handle. It's when people take it too personally and people, you know what I mean? And then like with me, sometimes where you might deal with depression or, those sort of issues, the last thing I want to hear about in the fucking YouTube comments is how fat my face looks or how I look like Mr. Potato Head or whatever the case. You know how people are on the internet, they're assholes. So sometimes, not that I take that to heart and you gotta have a thick skin, but when you're already dealing with like some mental health issues and some loneliness and that sort of thing, then that just compounds it. You know what I mean? It doesn't really help matters. So it's not that my channel's not growing fast enough. It's not that I'm not happy with it, because I am. It's a wonder that anybody watches me at all. But I just need a break. I'm burning out. I'm having a hard time thinking of new topics. And that's harder than you think. Always trying to think of a completely different topic every single week. You know what I mean? That's much harder than you think. So when I come back, are we just going to be a niche channel where I kind of talk about the same basic general things all the time? But I don't want to do that. That gets boring. You know what I mean? That sort of thing. So I kind of like the idea that it's more of an eclectic channel. You know what I mean? That I show more sides to me than just being a fan of wrestling or just being in a wheelchair or just being, say, a member of the Church of Satan and being a Satanist. I don't want to just I don't want to be just one thing. You know what I mean? I'm a man of many interests and many, you know what I mean? So I never wanted to be, like I said, just a one-dimensional channel where, oh, this is a channel on cooking or guns or whatever the case. But so I'm not really quitting. I'm just taking a break. And the plan is to come back in August with some new material for you guys, some new videos. Hopefully I'll be rejuvenated and it'll give me more of a purpose to, because like, sometimes when you have to do it every week, it's like it kind of diminishes the quality, you know what I mean? Whereas maybe if I only did it once a month or something, it'd have a higher, I'd have more interest in that. You know what I mean? Like when I first started, again, I had fire in the belly, I was real gung-ho. But as you go along, it's like, man, I get this thing I got to do, but then you're starting to build an audience. But then, like I said, this week, for some reason, YouTube's kind of tampering that down. But I don't know, but you guys are my audience, so I'm gonna let you guys chime in. What do you guys think? Would you guys be okay if I only did this once every 2 weeks, or maybe even once a month, or just whenever I get a really good idea, hop on here? But like I said, what I worry about is if I take a break, is the YouTube algorithm gonna make me slack off, and am I gonna lose my audience to begin with? You've built so much momentum that you'd kind of drop off. That's what I worry about. But don't go nowhere. Don't unsubscribe. I will be back. It looks like in August. I just want to take a month off and enjoy myself, and enjoy my birthday and, give me some free time, do some things. With the scooter I got, we just changed the battery last week. Now he wants to come this week and change the motor in it, and I just got it. I've only had it a month. It's still charging right now. I put it on the charger at 9 p.m. last night. It is about 10 minutes to 12 noon, and this thing's still charging. It takes 15, 16 hours to charge, which to me doesn't seem right. That's way too long. But anyways, guys, that's the video for this week. I just need a break. I'm burning out, and hang in there, and I will be back. All right, hasta la vista, baby.